We got a great episode with Jon Gruden coming up, but we wanted to get his Super Bowl preview as soon as we could, so let's go. Coach, let's do a 5-minute preview on the Super Bowl. What are your thoughts on Patriots versus Seahawks? Let's hear it.
I hate to make a prediction. I mean, none of us have been right. Both of these teams, 60-1 odds to win the Super Bowl.
75, 60.
The Arizona Cardinals were 55-1. Yeah. Nobody thought either team would be here. But I think Seattle overall, I think they have a better team. I think they have a better team overall. But I'm worried about the Patriots defense. Yeah. You know, and Drake May can run around and make unscripted plays, but I picked Seattle to win the game 27-17.
What's your X factor?
Drake May is the X factor. I think Josh McDaniels is going to play Mumford at tight end. Mm-hmm. He's going to put an extra tackle in there. I think they're going to try to win this game 13-10. I think they're going to try to grind it out with Stevenson. I think they're going to try to get 33 minutes of possession. Keep Jigba and Jigba Smith over there on the sideline. Win a low-scoring game and get a turnover from their defense. I think the Patriots' defense is the underlying story in this Super Bowl. Nobody thought they would do what they have done. I mean, they look like the 2000 Ravens, man. They're kicking the shit out of these teams.
They're out defense and good defenses.
They really are. You know, and I think they have a chip on their shoulder. You know exactly what I'm talking about. All they heard about was the Chargers defense. All they heard about was the Texans defense. All they hear about is the Denver defense. Well, guess what? They're giving up 8 points a game, and it's legit, man. They're doing it on all three levels.
Oh, yeah. And everyone's talking about Seattle's defense. You know, the one thing, I'm going Pats on this, and even if I wasn't a Patriot, I would take the Pats for the sheer fact, Barmore and Milton Williams. Milton Williams had an incredible playoffs. Incredible. You paid him a boatload of money, made him the highest paid Patriot in Patriot history, and he's earning every cent of it this playoffs. This is the reason why he was brought here, was for this specific game. If you can get pressure in the middle of the pocket on Sam Darnold, Sammy D with 28 turnovers, like my guy, he'll give it away. And he doesn't like that. He likes to be in that spot where he can sit there and he can dissect the freaking defense off his play action. I think this is ultimately going to come down to first and second down. Patriots have to get them in third and long and then have Barmore and freaking Milton Williams make their goddamn money.
I agree. I'll tell you the other thing, and you know this better than anybody. Josh McDaniels, he's been in these money games. How many has he been in with you?
10?
Hell, the guy's been in the money games, and he gets 2 weeks. You know there's going to be some gadget plays. Because you threw gadget plays yourself. Yeah. He's going to have a trick play, and he's going to have some unscripted things that he hasn't shown that is going to be tough. But I have seen Seattle get gashed. Stafford ripped them twice, and Baker Mayfield tore them up. And Seattle's defense has seen some quarterbacks, not top-of-the-line guys. I mean, Brock Bosmer from the Vikings played. They played Kyler Murray and Jacoby Brissett. They played Spencer Rattler. This ain't Drake May we're talking about.
Yeah.
So I like that.
I do, too. Drake May, he's got to have his best game. And ultimately, that's the key. If he has his best game, which I think he will because Josh has 2 weeks to prepare him and get ready for this. And like you said, in money games, he's a great play caller. He knows the rhythm of this game, which is a rhythmless game. You know, this game is so different for coaches to coach, for players to play, because you got fucking 45-second timeouts, minute timeouts. The timeouts are longer. There's a 24-minute halftime. It's not a sprint, this thing. And a lot of young coaches, young players, they blow their wad early in this game. I've seen it. I've done it against, when we lost to the Giants the first time. I think that experience, which I remember my coach always saying, yeah, experience is great, but there's always it doesn't matter, but it matters, but it doesn't matter. I think it matters. I think there's value in that. And I think the Patriots are going to do good.
What's your beverage of choice?
What kind of beverage are we talking?
10 o'clock at night, you and I are out.
10 o'clock at night? I'm a tequila guy, Coach.
I got to bet you tequila. Seahawks win this game.
All right, getting down to it. There's just one game of football left.
The biggest game. Time to get pumped up.
That never changes, but for you, What's the biggest difference prepping for a game as a player and as a spectator?
Pizza. I definitely eat more pizza during the game as a spectator.
That makes sense.
Watching football is pizza intensive. It calls for something like the Big New Yorker from Pizza Hut. New York style crust, flavored with Parmesan and oregano seasoning with massive slices.
And the whole giant pizza just for $10, which is a crazy good deal. Plus, it's the last week to score it at that price.
Right. So it's a smart idea to go ahead and pre-order your Big New Yorker ahead of time. So during the game, all you have to worry about is executing the game plan.
And what exactly do you mean by executing the game plan?
Eating pizza and watching football.
Okay, sounds good to me.
Don't forget to order your Big New Yorker from Pizza Hut before the first hut is yelled.
I like to fold it.
You gotta fold it. Mm-hmm.
What are your thoughts on this Super Bowl, Seahawks, Patriots? How unbelievable are these turnarounds for both these organizations? How fast, first off?
It's fresh. Doesn't mean that we don't want to see Patrick Mahomes in any more Super Bowls, because we do.
Yeah.
Okay. But the AFC, other than the Bills, the whole thing was upside down. The Patriots are 75-1, I think, to win the Super Bowl. Seattle, by the way, was 60-1.
Yeah.
I heard of somebody who just for fun, I've heard of this. I don't know the person, but I've heard of it. $5 on in August that they would meet in the Super Bowl and got paid $17,000. I'm told that. I mean, why would you put on New England won 4 games, Seattle won 10, but here are the Rams, here are the Niners,
I think I can.
It's cool.
I have the justification of why. Because this person was probably born in New England, a Patriots fan, saw Vrabel was coming back, so he's like, Patriots in. Also an Irish Catholic person, knowing that there's a pope in office, and every time there's a new pope, the Seattle Seahawks are in the Super Bowl.
Is that true?
I don't know, but I just made it
Even
up.
though the Pope is from Chicago, Chicago, the Bears would have been a long shot too.
The Bears, but anytime that is true.
Is that true?
Yeah,
Anytime
Seahawks Steelers 2006 with Pope Benedict, and then again with the 2014 with Pope Francis, and then now with the new Pope.
I had not heard that one.
So that's where I think
That's why I come do this show. Because I learned, how would I know that? Popes, football history, I got a lot of it. But popes? I mean, I know they're all popes. If you said Benedict, yeah, not eggs Benedict, Pope Benedict. I got it.
This is a podcast of, learning people.
This is, wow. I just learned, well, hell, so that now we can explain.
Now it makes sense why the guy made the bet. He's
Yeah.
from New England, Irish Catholic, saw the Pope thing.
Friend of theirs like Seattle.
$5.
Nice colors, green.
$17,000. Talk about a Hail Mary.
One all time. 1-1 all time in Pope games for all you keeping score at home. They're 1-1 all time in those Pope games, if you will. This is a Pope replica. Yeah.
Who?
No, the Seahawks.
Seahawks are 1-1
On a Pope
in
change.
Pope games. Well, I don't know if you call it a rubber match, or it's got to be something more religious than that. This could be the I don't know what it would be. You and I are out of our league in this one, pal.
I don't know. But when you see that smoke coming out of the chimney, buy your Super Bowl tickets.
Well, if it's white or black smoke, right? I mean, now we're getting deep.
We are. I might have to do
As
some research
Steve-
over
as-
that.
I thought that was just for the home or away jerseys for the Seahawks.
I don't even know who is wearing what. I don't even know that yet. But
Pats
whatever.
are all white.
Pats are all
We're
white.
going all white this year.
That's what I thought. And the Seahawks are all blue.
First time that's ever happened.
That'll look good. These are good looking,
This is an exciting game.
Well, here's the thing. It's fresh. So, we can refer back. No, we can refer back to nothing except Josh McDaniels calling plays. That is the only we can refer. Mike Vrabel didn't play in that game.
Kraft, too.
Right. He didn't play, but he cared.
He was there.
No, I mean, not many. And Seattle.
Those are the only two probably that are in. Jim Whalen, head trainer.
Right. No, there's there's probably a couple Seahawk guys like that, but there you go. There's nothing. But here's the thing. That game's only 11 years. It's not like, 30 years ago, it was 10 in the Niners-Dallas thing. But it'd be, 30 years ago they broke our hearts. We're getting back at them. No. But this is 11 years. But Marshawn Lynch isn't playing. Seattle should have a run for a yard for a touchdown at some point in the game, off tackle. I'm just saying they should. I don't know the system. I'm not saying win the game on it. All right. I mean, it's just, if this is a Pope thing, then if we believe in these sort of things, then that has to happen. If you've gone to confession and said, we should have run off tackle. So, so I'm just saying. I'm going on a tangent that I never thought I would get into. But then again, we're in San Francisco.
We are in San Francisco.
And we go on tangents in this city, my favorite city in America. We go on tangents in this city that we didn't anticipate.
We didn't anticipate.
This is great.
We did have Matt Patricia on the show explain for 30 minutes why a pass was the right call in that situation and that the Seahawks were correct
for 30
not to
minutes.
Who did?
Matt Patricia, our defensive
Well, you
coordinator
know
at the time.
what? It was second down. I get it. Not that pass.
Not that pass.
And that's where we landed at. Maybe not that pass.
Well, what did Matt say with that?
He just got in that, the group that they put in, they had a beat on it that they would check into that play if they put that specific other group in. I mean, it was a chess match. They knew that they were going to check into that play if they gave them the certain personnel group that they gave them.
It was frenetic at that time, though. Nobody's calling timeout. It was like,
no.
Okay, do we call a timeout? Do we not? I think both coaches. Do I call it? For 5 seconds. Do I call one defense? Do I call one offense? They probably both for 5 seconds. I'm sure both Bill and Pete there was a 5 second thing. Like, do I call one? Do I wait for? 12 seconds. We better go.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, and where are you? You're watching this like, God, this can't be good, right?
No, I'm sitting there going over my 2-minute drill call sheet. Like, man, how many seconds are we going to have here? We're going to have probably maybe 28. It's going to be tough. I was thinking that. I was thinking, all right, we're going to have to get maybe a shot. We can maybe get a Hail Mary. How's Gronk feeling? He'll be all right. That's what I was thinking. Then, whoop, pick.
That's my line. You could say.
Whoop! Exactly. I mean, it was crazy.
That was just. And as I told you off camera, Curse, we're on the field the last 4 or 5 minutes. Curse caught the ball right here, the moon ball that Russell threw. So right here, I said, oh my God, both Tommy Jackson standing with me. Both cheeks are in, both feet are in. That's why people say, well, they're not going to look at that. There's nothing to look at. I see it.
Yeah.
That's in oh my God, it might go from 28-24 New England, a winner, to this.
Who do you got in this game? Let's just get this out of the way.
Okay.
Seahawks, Pats, who do you got?
I won't be shocked if it goes either way. I will give you the answer. But I mean, because how could we be 117-3, 116-3? Well, they had an easy schedule. Well, no, none of that matters. None. They know how to win. And Seattle's won 9 in a row, and New England has lost 1 game since the end of September. So I don't care how you win. You win.
Mm-hmm.
You know better than me.
Yeah.
You win. You're expecting to win. You don't know how. Oh, we're going to force a fumble recovery and a punt. That's how we win. Oh, we're going to kick a 62-yard. Oh, my quarterback's going to throw a bomb. I don't know. New England's defense is better than we think because they've out-defensed 3 good defensive teams in the playoffs, as you know. The Chargers are good defense. Obviously, Denver, the last thing they beat. I mean, you could say, well, they had a backup quarterback. So what? New England didn't fumble the ball at all after 2 games of not the cleanest football.
Not clean.
And the game before was Houston, where May got sacked 1 million times because those guys are really good. They happen to be really good. And so New England's defense, there's got to be a chip on their shoulder, don't you think?
We're still talking about Seattle's.
Well,
and
it's the best defense in football. I will say that. Now, here you go, New England. I'm not saying, well, therefore New England's no. Seattle's brand of defense, I've been watching it all year, except against the Rams and very early Tampa Bay, when Tampa was going to the Super Bowl, and Seattle, they weren't this yet. Like in mid-October, you're not this yet.
No,
right?
Still learning each other.
Yeah, so they're all hitters, all levels. unlike the Legion of Boom, as you know, which was built from the back front, although Bennett and Averill and the guys up front were really good. Nobody's saying, yeah, they only have defensive back. Or Bobby Wagner, how's that going? Like, he was pretty good, right?
He was damn good.
So this is built from the front. If you look at stat sheet in a lot of Seahawks games this year, last year he had a bigger standout year stat-wise. But as you know, stats sometimes
They're skewed.
Yes. Oh, Leonard Williams. One tackle. He must not have done anything. Yeah, but he threw two people over his shoulder every play, so he made the tackle, right? So a lot of times you're going, he had one, he didn't have a sack. Didn't have a sack, he had three guys on him. So that front, and they use 6 or 7.
You know his father-in-law's.
I know. It's just, I only found that out within the last month.
That's crazy.
That brings the game to San Francisco.
There you go.
Ernest Jones, a middle linebacker, is a really good player.
Great ball player.
And some of the guys whose names, here's the thing, I'm giving a long answer to it, but if you go even beginning of January, I'm not talking about beginning of October, beginning of January, as the average fan, give me 6 Patriots and give me 6 Seahawks. Name them. Well, I can name the quarterbacks. Okay.
The Walker guy, maybe.
I guess the Walker, the JSN, I've kind of heard of him. He led the league in yards. Yeah. Defense, him and Worry, guy's a stud, by the way. Witherspoon, I heard. But Patriots, well, didn't they pay a lot of money for Milton Williams? I kind of remember him at the Super Bowl. He was good.
Who's that booty guy?
I mean, I
like his name.
We certainly know Stephon Diggs and we know Hunter Henry, I guess. I mean, but who... We don't
know,
right? That's the beauty of this game. You name me 6 on January 1st. If you're a football fan, not a fantasy where you know. Well, you're not going to know the strong safety if you're a fantasy football.
Not
player.
The Cowboys.
So
Cowboys.
Yeah. So in the end, Seattle's there because of their defense. Not that New England is not. New England's allowed no points in the playoffs. 3 to the Chargers and 7 to the Broncos. I mean, 2 of the 3 games, like, hello. Seattle allowed some points to the Rams, which I'm sure that New England, Josh is looking at, because whatever the Rams did, we got to do that because nobody else did anything, right? That's part of it. I think Darnold and May will both play pretty good games. But does one not? The chances are they both might not be the best in games. This is a big stage. You know.
Huge stage.
I picked 26-17 Seattle because I had to pick one like the end of last week. I hadn't really thought of the score yet. So now I'm stuck with it. I just think in all phases, although New England has a punt returner, dear to your heart, and Seattle certainly has a punt and kick returner.
Rashid G.
New England has rookie kicker, young punter. Is he a rookie too? I don't think so.
His first year. What's his name?
Borgal's the kicker, the punter. But Seattle has veteran kicker, Myers, and maybe the best punter in football. Don't even look at all the stats. The Australian guy, Dixon. Why are we talking about punters? Well, because if it's close.
Field position and defense. That's what these teams are both built like.
So he's really good. Just remember that when you watch the game. I'm not telling you, but so those Stones, like the Rams, had special teams problems. Well, in the end, it killed them, right? So I just think all levels of their defense, they're going to be hard to score on, barring turnovers. Can New England get to 20? I don't know. Can Seattle get to 20? I think so. I don't know. I'm not right. I'm not wrong. If New England wins, I will not be flabbergasted, because here's the one thing I've noticed about New England. In October, even when they made a tackle, I think I said this, I watched the games with Booger, Jules. So they made the tackle, but the 3 guys standing right there, like their defense is never out of place. Vrabes and the staff. Core and, the whole staff.
Oh, yeah.
Seattle, they're rarely out of place.
Very, very. I mean, both these teams you don't see big plays on.
But Diggs is really good. JSN, he hasn't been covered yet. What do you see in him? Because Sam Darnold told me, interview, probably running this week, that I did when I went up to Seattle 2 weeks ago. He's got the best body language of a receiver I've ever seen. I don't even know what that means.
Yeah.
From a quarter. Tell me what it means.
Tom broke it down in one of those games that he had with him that, JSN does a great job of keeping his pad level the same by body language. Anytime he cuts in a zone or something, it's decisive and the quarterback always knows. Or, when he gets on the toes of a defender when he's running a man route, he doesn't drop his weight. Like his shoulders don't drop. That's how the defensive back breaks. When they see body language, they are the smartest people. When they figure anything's fishy, they're breaking. He does a great job of staying smooth and staying on the same plane so he can cut and make everything look the same. That's what the quarterback means when they say he's got great body language. He's got good, he always shows like that's what they're always showing.
Interesting.
It's the pad level because a lot of the receivers you get your toes over your knees, and that's when you break down, and that's when the guys are breaking. He can just go and stop and cut, and you can't tell. That's what they mean by great body language.
Almost 1,800 yards.
Unreal.
That's a lot.
Unreal year. He was a quiet little bit in the postseason. Had a big game last week when Sam had his big game. I mean, look, that's a good call. When did you make, like, you've been in this whole picking game for as long as anyone. When did you make, like, do you feel uncomfortable that you made that pick with so much time left till the game, but you have to do it because this is you. This is what you do. But like, what goes into making your pick, the research and all that? And do you ever think that you change your pick from when you do it? Because you're talking about it maybe a week and a half before the game. Do you ever feel like, man, I wish I would have put a couple more points on that other side?
Like, why didn't I see that Philadelphia was going to be that monstrous on defense last year? But then again, I was always going to pick the Chiefs anyway.
Yeah.
So what? But I got all the others right before, like exact spread, exact team winning. The three before. Look, nobody bets 1,000. Okay,
no one bets 1,000.
So I used to go to all the media days. Now it's different, and I don't cover it that way. Sometimes I'd get a feel on a team. So I always had a blank slate, and I never made that pick till Friday. Of the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Like sometimes you'd feel a team tight, even though they put on a good front. Something I didn't like. And I was already like wondering. It couldn't be like, oh, they're going to win, and then, oh, they're all nervous. Occasionally I'd get a gut feeling on something. Just so you know, no analytics for me, okay? They can help you.
The Boomalytics.
Do certain...
We go Boomalytics.
I'm learning a lot on this show. Popes, Boomalytics.
It's a Boomalytics.
So I just think Seattle has less question marks than the Patriots. And I don't think, I wish I knew that Diggs was going to catch 12 from Drake May, whose deep ball is intermediate deep ball. Great. How you lead the league in percentage and average yards in attempt does not happen.
Ever.
You know that. So it's like, whoa. I just think they have less question marks to me going into the game. By the way, then they kick it off and we'll see what happens. So you're going to make a pick, but you got to pick the Patriots however you do it. You don't have to.
I wouldn't have to. I am picking the Patriots, though. I'll make my pick. I think Patriots 24-20.
Okay.
Milton Williams, Barmore in the middle of that pocket. When does Sam Darnold struggle? When he has pressure in the middle of the pocket. I know, but like that's like how you get to Sam.
Yes, that's fair. Aaron Donald, who wasn't their Rams, but that type of player.
That type of player. Milton Williams, they paid him a boatload of money. He's been doing a boatload of things in these playoffs.
I'll buy it.
Christian Gonzalez, you got a really good secondary guy. I could see them putting Davis on JSN and having help over the top, so you got a double there, and then you put Christian Gonzalez on Cooper Kupp and say you're going wherever he goes, so then you're taking their two best players out of the pass game. If the Patriots can get the Seattle Seahawks to be in drop-back pass game, not off their play action, not off their run game, if they can make it a one-dimensional game, I think the Patriots have a shot. So I think You know, Drake May has to have his best game of his career. He has to. I mean, that's what this game is. That's what this team needs. And I have confidence in Josh McDaniels having 2 weeks to prepare, who's been in 9 of these games. This will be his 9th game of calling plays in this game, which none of those coaches over there know how to do that. This is a different game. This is a rhythmless game. There's spurts of rhythm in this game. There's long timeouts. There's long half times. There's an energy abundance like storage system that you need to learn and know how to save. And play callers can do that with how they play call. I believe there will be a few trick plays. We haven't seen any trick plays from the Patriots. You don't have
bad weather. You don't want to call them in bad weather, right?
You can't. So, a big play in special team. The only reason I go Patriots is because I think the Patriots, Seattle can out-tough you with their complementary of what their team is.
Mm-hmm.
You can't do that. You could do that against the Rams. They've been struggling all year with special teams.
Yeah.
You knew that was gonna be their way out. You could do that with a 49ers team. You can bully a team that probably shouldn't have been in the playoffs because of the roster they have, but because of the great coaching of Kyle Shanahan and Saleh this year, they overachieved. You know what I mean? So you could embarrass a team like that. I don't think you could do that with a Patriot team that has people that have been in this situation, that have had play callers in this situation, that have a team that everyone's been picking against. I think it's just all shaping into that 0-1 Patriot feeling where they were 14-point spread. It was a 14-point dogs, I think.
Yep.
Or 12.
One of the biggest of all time.
And I just feel Drake's got to have that game in the Milt Williams Barmore in the middle of the pocket.
That's very good. I could see that. See, now that you're bringing that up, well, I could easily see that. Because they're young guys in the middle. There's a rookie, although the Patriots have rookies on the line. The kid they drafted from North Dakota State is the first-round pick, Zabel. But he's a rookie against those guys. I could see that happen.
And you got 2 rookies on the line for the Patriots. The thing is, why I trust Josh on how he's going to call the game. You're going to see a million screens to slow Lawrence and the boys down.
Yep.
You're going to see a bunch of reverses to get them to spread the field out, make them have to cover every square inch of the field. And then once that happens, you're going to see Ramondre Stevens up those middles. And then everyone's going to have to come in and you play action with Drake. You have that thief or robber in the middle of the field who usually is trying to take over those zones and stuff to stop the passes. Well, now they got to look at Drake May because if they don't, he's going to run 40. So I don't know. I think he hasn't played his best game, and I understand why the spread's the spread. But I just have a feeling 2 weeks to prepare with Josh McDaniels, he's going to have his game of his life.
You ever play football? Because you seem to know something about it.
Couple games. Games.
Quarterback, right?
I was quarterback at Kent State.
No, I know all that.